Good morning, everybody. I lit some sage, and boy, is it trying to clean the aura out in my place. Y'all, it's going nuts. So, we're going to do a deep dive. My first tarot reading on it's the case of the week. I've actually added a case of the week, but we're going to do Melody Buzzard. It's going to be the next reading you hear or see here today on Monday, November 3rd. But right now, we're going to talk about missing Gus Lamont. Before I do that, though, if you were on yesterday's live, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you missed it, go check it out because it was Jack and Lily in the case, and I just want to update everybody on my email. It's like there's a God, like there's a God. I shouldn't say anything negative about the new corporal. I just feel more attached to the one that I had been working on. So anyways, I watched a little bit of Bullhorn Betty while I had some coffee. Saw some of you there. One of you anyways. And I love Bullhorn. I love her spirit. And then I crafted an email. And before getting on an HR job, my job that I quit, I didn't tell you last week, but because I wanted to talk to HR first today, I quit. And the only job they have is for me to do heavy lifting full time at my age where I hurt my neck. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So I'm at this full time, which is yay. So anyways, just to recap on what last night's live, some of you asked, or one of you asked about the detective or the corporal rather that I've been communicating with. I would love to tell you that if they call me and I speak with them, and I ask for permission for that, but I really don't think it's professional for me to be disclosing the officer's name. Both of them were male. And so this morning I crafted that email that we talked about last night regarding Jack and Lily, sent it off, and I copied the corporal that I was first working with on the case, Jack and Lily, from Nova Scotia, and someone also posted, I'm sick and tired of the repeats. You have to understand that not everybody watches every video. So yes, it's important to repeat some information for people. So the one officer that had taken over the case, I copied, obviously, him, put a link to my live last night, suggesting they watch it at 1.5 speed. Told them that everything that I had discussed and the visions was in that live, and that everything I outlined in the email was also could be verified in the live. And the email bounced back right away from the gentleman that took over for the crime. He's on holidays for this case, rather. I shouldn't say the crime of Jack and Lily. For this case, he emailed me. Well, the automatic email responder came back time early this morning. I'm in my wrong email. Came back 9:26 this morning, and so I replied to the first corporal because I copied it on him, saying again, Corporal so and so can validate. So I'm copying him on this, and he responded because when his email responder came back, he was away out of the office until November 13th, and my subject line is urgent. I have figured out where Jack and Lily are possibly alive. Okay, so that corporal, I forwarded it back to him saying, hey, by first name, can you forward it up the chain since he's away? And he replied back, good morning, Liane. I forwarded your previous message, so the long detail over the live last night, to Sergeant, and I'm not going to mention the name, and have CC'd him here on this message as well. So it's gone to the sergeant. I thanked the corporal, said thank you, and I hope and pray it's taken seriously. So if you missed the live, go check it out. Now into Gus Lamont. What I want to do going forward is, I don't really know anything about these cases. We're going to talk about Melody Buzzard and Gus Lamont in tarot readings this week. I'm going to do 2 readings each today, Monday, November 3rd. 2 will go out Wednesday for Gus and Melody, 1 each. Same thing Thursday, same thing Saturday. And on the lives, Tuesday at 4 p.m., Friday at 4 p.m., we will discuss Jack and Lily, Gus Lamont, anything new that may come out in Sebastian or Emmanuel Harrow, and Melody Buzzard. Okay, those will be the topics, the cases we discuss on the lives. unless anything urgent like yesterday comes about, in which case I will add in, a last minute live. So I hope that's clear. So what I want to do with these readings is I wanted to start with the basics. Like I'm going to read to you the article, and that's really about what I know with Gus Lamont. I'm going to do the same thing with Melody for these first two readings, and then I'm going to prepare, or for the first reading today, Tuesday, I'm going to prepare more for the live for Tuesday night, being tomorrow. So I'll have more in-depth knowledge of the cases that we discuss, which I will use, plus your comments, questions, and what you want to see me do tarot readings are for the remaining 3 days for both Melody and Gus for the Wednesday tarot, Thursday, and Saturday. And we'll do the same thing on the Thursday live if you're following me. I hope this is making sense. New cases of the week, Monday tarot readings released. Discuss new cases and ongoing Jack and Lily Sebastian and Emmanuel Harrow live Tuesday night, which will also give me what you want to hear from me and what we've learned to do more deep dives into the Wednesday tarot for Melody and Gus, and Thursdays, Friday live, repeat, get more information, discuss Gus Lamont, Melody Buzzard, and Sebastian Emmanuel, and anything new, Jack and Lily Friday, and more intel for the tarot readings for Saturday for Melody Buzzard and Gus Lamont. And I'm going to repeat that same pattern. And then new breaking information I'll go live with. Okay, in between, unannounced, just when it's important to go. I hope this is making sense. I'm sorry for the long intro. Let's get into it. But to me, there's so many cases going on right now. And then when we run out of current cases, and the same thing will happen with all the cases we're covering, any updates, Melody, or, we'll talk about them on the lives, right? And at some point, there'll be too many cases, and we'll figure that out. But right now, let me read to you all I know. I'm going to share the article on Gus Lamont. I really don't know. I haven't researched anything other than I know, Kaika, you requested. I've seen it go by my streams, right? I've seen the case go by, when I'm looking on YouTube. And I know something about the dam. That's it. I know he disappeared. He was with his grandparents, and he's, I didn't even know his age until this morning. Okay, so that's how much I know. Basically outlined in this article. So if you don't know, we're going to get familiar. I'm going to read with you right now with this article. It's bare bones information about Gus. That's how I want to do the first reading. And then as we get more intel, I'll do more deeper dives, and we'll see how that goes as a strategy for the channel, and see if we can, like Jack and Lily's case, get the tarot readings to substantiate, along with any visions I might get about these cases, what's going on. Okay. So let's get into it. So the article reads, sinister theories explode after cops fail to find any fresh clues in the search for Gus Lamont more than a month since the 4-year-old disappeared. This is dated today, Monday, November 3rd. Sinister theories, so we've said that. So sinister theories have reemerged that 4-year-old Gus Lamont may have been abducted after the cops failed to find any clues at the bottom of a dam. Gus was last seen playing in a mound of dirt near his grandparents' homestead on Sheep Station, 40 kilometers south of Yunta, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that, Yunta, in eastern southern Australia at about 5 p.m. on September 27th. So he's 4. He was playing on his grandparents' farm, Sheep Homestead, I think, or it's a homestead, sorry, on Sheep Station, which is the name of the road. And he hasn't been seen since September 27th. And I believe it says here, because it's on the property, he had vanished by the time his grandmother went out to call him in some 30 minutes later. Police began searching the 60,000 hectare property shortly after Gus disappeared, but found no sign of the little boy. The extensive land and air search for Gus was scaled back from a rescue to a recovery on October 3rd, just hours after a photo of Gus was released by the family. Last week, South Australia police released a statement revealing the search for Gus would resume, with officers draining the dam on the family's homestead on Friday to rule out the possibility Gus may have drowned. No trace of the 4-year-old was found. With drowning ruled out, online speculation has exploded, with many refusing to believe that the little boy simply wandered off. I mean, look at how cute and innocent this little boy is. Wow, 4-year-old Gus Lamont pictured when missing. That's Saturday 27th. This is them draining the dam Friday, so just a few days ago. They keep insisting he wandered off. I wish they'd look at other avenues, one wrote. That sounds awfully familiar. There are workers on those sheep farms. Where is their questioning? There's more to this. So it is a sheep farm. Okay. Others echoed similar frustration. A third suggested there's no way a kid disappears into thin air with only one footprint on a property that size. Oh my God, we have another just one footprint. Wow, this is eerily familiar. Some believe foul play is the only explanation someone has, and one wrote, if an eagle or a fox grabbed him, there would be signs. Another added, the whole disappearance has been suspicious from the beginning. I've always thought he's been taken. Why aren't they looking in that direction? It's so frustrating when they do that. Like, let's look at the pictures here. Let's make sure you can see the pictures. Yeah, it's so sad. Uh, So this was, I guess it says Gus was last seen playing in the mounded dirt near his grandparents' homestead, which is pictured here on the sheep station, 40 kilometers south of Yunta in the eastern South Australia at about 5 p.m. I'm assuming, like, look at this dirt pile right in front there, I'm guessing. Ay, ay, ay. 4-year-old Gus Lamont. Why do people leave their kids unattended? I just don't get it. Okay. A few alternative theories. I have a sick feeling he's fallen into a wombat burrow, one wrote. I don't know what that is. It's burrow. I'm assuming it's a hole in the ground for wombats. But the overwhelming sentiment online remains one of unease and suspicion. Someone has him. No one just evaporates without anyone knowing what happened. Many locals were holding out hope draining the dam would bring closure for the close-knit community who have been left devastated by the loss of one of their own. One resident who has lived in town for almost 30 years told Daily Mail locals were waiting with bated breath. You don't want him to be found like that, but at the same time, at least we know what happened, they said. The little boy was last seen outside of his grandparents' home on September 25th at about 5 p.m. He was under the care of his grandmother, Shannon Murray, while his mother, Jessica, and grandparent, Josie, tended to their herd of sheep 10 kilometers away. Police stressed to date investigations un- had not uncovered any evidence of foul play. Despite their best efforts, the only trace of Gus was a single footprint found about 500 meters from the homestead, which police have since cast doubt on. However, police made the tough call to scale back the search based on scientific and professional advice on how long a 4-year-old could survive along in a remote terrain in freezing overnight temperatures in the clothing Gus was last seen wearing. Gus was last seen wearing a gray rimmed hat, blue long sleeved shirt with a minion picture from Despicable Me on the front of it. That's so sad. Light gray pants and boots. South Australian Assistant Police Commissioner Ian Perot said police believe Gus wandered off and was not taken, as the only people who travel on the nearby road are station owners. Everything that we have found to date, every piece of information and evidence that we have explored to date indicates, as the best we know, Gus has wandered off from his property and we have not been able to locate him, Perrott said. Anyone with information is urged to call police. Well, doesn't that sound frighteningly familiar? It seems like a lot of these kids just go missing, never to come home again, and it's very sad. So let's see what the cards have to say with what happened to Gus Lamont. Okay, Spirit. Let me just make sure you can all hear me. Yes. Okay. What happened to little Gus Lamont, please, Spirit? Love. What happened to Gus Lamont, please, Spirit? Love. I only take the cards that flip out if you're new here. And thank you for all the new subscribers. Really appreciate you. Thank you for all my loyals. That one just fell out. I don't take cards that fall. I don't do sloppy shuffles. I only do ones that flip. There, one flipped inside the deck. Disposal of evidence. Just so you know, the one that fell out, we're going to see if it comes back again. Home safety. Somebody who loved him. This is what we got with Jack and Lily the other day, too. Somebody who loved him. Disposal of evidence. I'm going to do a couple more from this deck, and then we're going to change. Let's see what happened. So somebody had something to hide. Could have been an accident covered up. Here's the three that flipped out, y'all. Trapped. Witness. And you're not going to like this one. Kidnapped. Shit. Let me get my pendulum. Was Gus Lamont, and I'm going to get more details. Was Gus Lamont kidnapped off the property? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Was Gus Lamont kidnapped off that property? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Is my name Bob? Was Gus Lamont kidnapped off that property? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Okay, so he was kidnapped, but what I want to know is why there's a disposal of evidence by somebody he loved who witnessed it. It just doesn't make something's not it's not the full story here. Is Gus Lamont still alive? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Is Gus Lamont still alive? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Is Gus Lamont still alive? Is my name Bob? Is Gus Lamont still alive? Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. I want to get clarity on this love and disposal of evidence, and then we're going to keep going here. This is wild. This is. Give me clarity, please, Spirit, on disposal of evidence and love. Clarity on disposal of evidence and love. Eight of Pentacles. Somebody was working hard. Someone was working hard. Somebody working. I'm going to take this as one of the workers. One of the workers. One of the workers. One of the workers. Give me more, please, Spirit. One of the workers. Are one of the workers involved? Three of Swords. Yeah, heartache and pain and despair. Heartache, pain, and despair. One of the workers. Okay. Somebody was hard at work. Workers is why I'm picking up. Somebody was hard at work. Somebody was looking and figuring out how they could conceal something. Somebody looked and tried to figure out how they could conceal something. Somebody is definitely concealing something. Somebody looking for somebody who was left independent. That's grandma. I think it's grandma who left him out there to work, to play on his own. That's financial independence, independent. But again, I'm reading intuitively. It's like grandma's looking for him. Look at, she's out there on the step. Where is he? And meanwhile, somebody else is trying to conceal something. Okay, I want to narrow it down because and my earbuds are for some reason not charging because it's already gonna run out of battery. Was it one of the workers? Who disposed of the evidence? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Is my name Bob? Was it one of the workers? Was it one of the workers who disposed of the evidence? Was he kidnapped by one of the workers? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Was he kidnapped by one of the workers? Yes or no, not to the benefit of my ego. Is my name Bob? Okay, so now I want to go into that line of thinking. I'm picking up, I'm picking up some sort of grudged worker, like something with a history of something between the farm there. Let's see if it comes out in the cards. Okay, give me more on this kidnapped, please. I want more spirit on this kidnapped. Give me more on this kidnapped and kind of pull different decks. Okay. Somebody who's stressed out, can't sleep, male energy. Oh, there's a third one in there. One of Pentacles, male energy. Male energy. So this is what I'm getting at. Is somebody is really stressed out about something. Somebody had an idea for money. Somebody had an idea for money. A male energy had some idea for regarding money. Oh, interesting. Was this a ransom? Going to be a ransom and something didn't happen like that? Like something went wrong? Was this going to be and you've got 10 of Pentacles, family legacy. Something's around money here. Picking it up. This is money. This is a lot of wealth, built money, family legacy. It might even be for some long lost relative. I'm getting disputes over money, land, inheritance, grudges, like somebody known to the family. This is what I'm picking up. I have no idea. Just reading intuitively. Okay, let's get more on this kidnapped. And then I'm going to get to the witness. Playing. He was kidnapped. Oh my God. He was kidnapped while he was playing. Kidnapped while he was playing. I got goosebumps. Was taken while he was playing. Oh, crap. Let's go with some more, please. Let me get another deck. Give me more on this kidnapped, please. What the reasons are. What's the reasons? Knight of Swords. Oh, somebody that's on their last legs. Can't cope. I don't know if this is Gus or probably the worker. Give me the reasons behind this kidnap. Somebody that feels like they can't keep going. They've got no way out. Page of Pentacles. I really think, like, I'm just intuitively, somebody that felt that they had no way out and thought this Page of Pentacles, which is a young energy. The page is young children energy. Look at how the flower, like sunflowers are about abundance. If they tied him up, that it would lead to money. If they kidnapped him, it would lead to money. Has there been ransom requests? I have no idea. I haven't seen anything like that. Knight of Swords. Somebody took him. Look at that on his back. Somebody kidnapped him and escaped with him out of there. Wow. Get some clarifiers. Okay, gotta start asking some questions. Who is this person? Like family, friends? Okay, I've got support, root, wreath, honor, and persistence. Who is it that kidnapped him? Honor, somebody's support, somebody who, oh, okay, this is what I'm getting. Somebody who was dishonored, by the family, who felt like they were unhonored, dishonored, ungrateful. who supported them and helped them build this business from the roots, from the ground up. They were persistent, they helped, and I don't know, I feel like they got cut off. I really am very curious. Okay, give me more on this, and then we're gonna see if we can get location and stuff on another video, because God, if I can get more on this witness before, one more on what this is about. Why was this child, Gus Lamont, kidnapped? Sacred pool. Somebody, they've taken him somewhere sacred. They've taken him somewhere sacred, or the why was also this was their sacred. This was their sacred. They were, I think they felt devalued. This was their livelihood, something they built. But okay, give me more on the why. Let's just get who's fell out. Let's give me more on the why. Okay, this one wants to come out. Ghost lands. They were they ghosted him. They ghosted him a long time ago. This is like a revenge plot. Oh my God. Okay, let's get some more on this witness. Who's the witness, Spirit? Who is the witness? Somebody that was working hard there, taking a break. And I think they're just contemplating whether they're going to come forward. Now, why wouldn't they come forward? That is so bizarro. Give me more on this witness. Give me more on this witness. The Empress. That's what I was wondering. I don't know. I feel like Grandma might have just, I don't know. There's something weird. Okay, I need more on this Empress, a female energy that's usually loving, maturing, motherly figure. Who was the witness? But you've got a worker that was working in witness. Give me more on this witness. Oh my God. No, okay. Give me more on this witness. Give me more on this witness. Justice. I think they're trying to decide if they're going to come forward or not. They may be worried about their pregnant wife and all the stress it might bring and attention it might bring. They might be worried about a wife that's pregnant, about attention that it might bring. They're contemplating this. I don't know. That's what I'm getting from the cards. It makes no sense to me either. Stranger things have happened in this world, though. Six of Cups. This is about a child playing. There's a witness, and they're debating coming forward. Wild. Okay, this is reading one. We're gonna be on tomorrow talking live about Gus. We're gonna get more details, and we'll do more readings for the 3 more for the week, and see what else I get. Okay, love and light, everybody. Thanks for being here. Do all the YouTube things.